You can use Inspirit to create all kinds of beautiful geometric designs very rapidly. But how to create a new document, how to change the colours, how to change various settings. The key thing is just go up here. Make certain you've got this menu, just a little triangle. Just click there and that will display the menu. Go to this one and click here and you can see this. Just click and it will display a gallery. Now these are all ones I've created earlier, and to create a completely fresh document, go here and click plus and it will come up with a list. So I've got full screen, square screen and so on. I'm just going to go with full HD, but you could select any of those. So full HD, and now you've got your document. The next step is to actually apply your brush strokes, and you can set the brushes here. So click here and you can see you've got a whole range of different brush types. Now, not particularly immediately obvious what they are, but let's just go with the first one there. Then you got, see here, that's for the gradient, that's for a solid colour. So if I've got that on, this black is applied. So if I apply it now, you can see design there. Now it's using this type. I'm just going to change that later, but I just wanted to show you the colour first. Now there's unfortunately no undo feature, which is very odd. You can't do Control Z or Command Z, etc. If I click there, you'll get the gradient option. So I'll just apply it. Now at the moment, you can see the gradient's not visible. Weirdly, sometimes it just sticks. So you change the colour and then you will get your gradient. It's very odd. But say you apply it like this and now you can see your gradient design. And apply, just apply it. Now I'm using art pad and pen. But you can use a mouse, perfectly reasonable as well. And you can apply it like that. If you decide on a different gradient, click here and go down here. And you can change the gradient here. You can see the colours that are going to be used. And you can move it around. It's slightly odd. It's not your standard gradient tool, but you can just move these around, reposition them. Now, you'd think you'd be able to select these ones. You can't. You can only select this one, and this one. So if you drag there, then you can move it around. So now it's going to be mainly green. So if I apply it now, so I just go there, you can see green and blue. Just apply like that. If you decide you don't want a gradient, just click here and it just goes back to one of these solid colours here. And again, you can go for white or black or those colours. And you can apply like that. Let's just go and create another document. So let's just go here again, click the plus to create a new document. And I'm going to go this time, maybe go for full screen. So full screen. And I can change my mind the type of document. So let's just go for a circular design. You've got a range of different options. Now, my favourite is this one, the one that I'm using. But you can use this, click here. So it's a circular design. And also you can change the brush. So let's just go for this brush instead. And it's going to be applied in black. So as you apply it, you can see the brush stroke there. And again, just apply it outwards and it will be repeated all the way out. Now you can't change the number of radial spokes. It would be nice if you could, but at the moment it seems to be just basically you've got whatever it is. That's it. And you can just apply it like that and create all kinds. But you'll notice with the circle design, it will hit a certain point and that's it. So if I just go around the edge, let's just go around the edge, you can see the limits of the circular design. That is it for the circular design. You can, if you decide, you know what, don't want that one, I want this one. So I click there and you can see the design repeated. Now you don't have to redraw it or anything, you can just apply it like that. Click here again and you can change the colour to maybe white. So just apply it and now you can see white applied. And of course you can go here and change brush again. And let's just go for a different brush. And this one's got a more dotted design. Now there's unfortunately fairly limited selection of brushes. It'd be nice if there were more. I'm going to select that one and you can see design there. So it's a very strong brush, a calligraphic one. Click there and you've got some settings here. So you might want to change the settings. So click there and you can see then you've got the size. So you can say, oh, I want it slightly smaller. I can change the opacity, so reduce it down. I can also increase the number of lines as well as change the span. And then apply it again. So let's just see the result. So you can see now you've got a nice thin line and you've got that sort of design. And you can keep changing it, tweaking it, like that. Let's just create another document. So click there, again, plus, square screen, and this time let's click here and change that. And number of lines, let's put it down to 2. Say, change the span, reduce the size maybe a bit smaller, and apply again. And you can see now the result of that. All kinds of wonderful designs can be created very rapidly using this approach. Also, what you can do, let's go for the square. So here's the square design, or go for the grid. And you can see, create that sort of design. You've also got another option here. You've got here this little sort of light. So click there and you've got a glow option. Now personally, I don't think that's great. It's fine, it just brightens it up a bit. I would love to see a few more effects there. Maybe a blur and all those sort of things. Also, it'd be great if it had layers, because obviously you can only apply it just to one layer. It'd be nice if you could blend multiple layers, maybe add drop shadows. That feature does not seem to be available. You can swap back and forth between a gradient and a solid colour. Though I must admit, it does seem to be quite inconsistent. Click here for a solid colour, here for gradient. The key thing is, maybe you selected that, black, and you think, oh, why am I not getting a gradient? Well, what you need to do, it seems that you have to select here or another colour and then apply it, and then you see the gradient. So there's slight oddity there. Also, sometimes I've noticed when using this, it still seems to create the gradient. Very odd. Well, you've got this design here, you've got the glow, but also you've got this button. Now you might think, what's that? Well, what you can do, click there and it will animate. Now, unfortunately, there appears to be no way of controlling the speed of the animation. So you can create this design. Also, there's no way of recording it, which is a pity. There's no export as far as I can see. You've got here, click here and export, and it just saves the PNG. Doesn't save a sequence of files, nor does it save a movie file or an MP4. But what you can do, just use a screen capture application and just record it, which is not ideal, but you can record design and then of course use it as a background or whatever you want to use it with or for. Now there's also other options. Let's just stop that. Actually, while you're running that, you can of course also still apply your brush strokes. So you can create ever complex more designs, and also it reveals area in the picture that you think, you know what, let's just quickly add some additional touches there, and so on. So I can pause it and you've got that design. You've also got some export. So click here and here's the export. Doesn't give any options. Just click there and it will save it to this location, Inspirit Pictures, and give it a file name, and it's a PNG format. Click here, you've got help, so you just got a little help there, and you've got all the various options here. There's a whole range of given details, visual mode, etc. Number of lines, distances between lines, and brush opacity, etc. Also, let's just get rid of that. The final one, I, just gives you obviously details about escape motions. Amber Light, Flame Painter and Rebel. All three applications are pretty amazing and worth checking out. You can also change the background. You might not want a purple background. Go up here, click here, and you can see then you've got black, white and this colour. This is the colour that's been used. But if you want black, select that, or click for white, or click and go here. And then you can set it to anything you want. So maybe you want a red background instead. And you can also change this colour. So it goes very black, or it goes very bright red, or purple. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you much.